Yeah, I got that background over the holidays for the COS Indiana Live broadcast,
Yeah.
and I thought that would look a little bit better than just a window back there or something, you know. Okay, Thomas, can you see the screen okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, Larry's on with us tonight, but he's on his phone. He's driving back from an out-of-town meeting that he had, but he's on the phone with us tonight. So what we're seeing here is the status report for the month of December. I know you guys told me that you didn't have much planned for December, and sure enough, I see you guys didn't do a whole lot, but did do a couple things here, so appreciate that. Anything else? See, you got some, Thomas, is this you, an email blast?
Yeah.
Good, good. Any responses or?
No.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel like, it must be the way I communicate with people. This must be, it's just that one thought.
Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Okay, well, here's the main thing that I wanted to go over with you tonight. Starting in January, we're going to switch to a new form. And let me see where I've got it here. Okay. This will be the new January form. And it's very similar to the one we've been using, but it's condensed. We're not going to be asking you to track every so many things like we were doing with the previous form. But again, you'll start here, and this will be region captain responsibility up here in the upper part of it. But we're going to ask you to, and I'm going to be providing this information to you, but how many petition signers you had for the current month, how many did you have for the prior month, how much of an increase was that, who your targeted legislators are in your region, and Paul Phillips is putting that list together for everyone. So we'll have that information to you. And then down here in the recruitment area, these are the districts in your region without a district captain. And I'm asking now, starting with January, I'm asking George Ward, who's making these recruitment calls for the regions without a region captain. And so he's going to report to us the number of volunteers that he contacted for that month in the districts without district captains. So he'll be participating in our call again, starting with the January call. So the rest of the report is similar to what we did before, but like I said, we won't have as many items. The legislator information is pretty much the same that we want you to record for the month. But in the area of grassroots, all I want to know about is, did you have any meetings or events, and when did you have them and where? So, and of course, like for you to tell me what happened, what the results were. I might mention to you that here in Fort Wayne, Region 3, Gary Harbaugh's region, did another gun and knife show here in Fort Wayne this last weekend. and I'm going to have some pictures of that for everyone. But the show lasted Saturday and Sunday, and as of early Sunday afternoon, they had over 50 petitions signed. So they were really doing a good job.
Wow. Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah. And Larry, you'll be interested to see their booth, their information booth. The district captain, Ed Paraguay, built a frame out of plastic tubing, built a frame and got the banner up high. So it really looked good. They really this was their second show, so they learned a lot from the first one, and now in the second one they really are doing good. Should be another show coming up in March. So if any gun and knife shows are going on down in your area, those appear to be good shows for us to be at. So just for your information. I'll have some more information on it in the state call. I'll certainly recognize them for what they've done. Then the last area would be the communications area. Did you conduct a district call? Did you do email? Did you do what did you do to do a district call for the month? What format did you use? And basically tell us a little bit about that. So that's really it. Like I said, we'll have the recruitment area up here, but then we'll have the legislative, grassroots, and the communications section. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, Dale, question is, are any of the other district captains having any success tapping into their member base to get into existing groups that their members might belong to, like Knights of Columbus or Kiwanis or anything like that?
Not that I know of right now, Larry. The only one that comes to mind is the district captain over in Plymouth, Richard Loken. Now he has tapped into a group that I think he was part of a Tea Party group, I believe it is. And he has been able to, it's a small group from what he tells me, but he's been able to tap into that group, and I think looks like he's going to become a kind of a regular person on their agenda. So
okay.
That's the only one I can think of right off the top of my head.
Well, because what I was, I just sent a first communication out to to my whole group. That's probably been 3 or 4 days ago now. The usual Happy New Year thing, and holidays behind us. Let's get started. And I was throwing out the idea of, hey, we haven't had the greatest turnout in the face-to-face events we've tried to have so far. And I had mentioned this probably in November about trying to tap into some existing groups that some of the members were already belong to. Mm-hmm. And so I threw that out again, just to fishing to see if out of a few hundred people, surely somebody belongs to something. I'll say after about 4 days so far, the silence is deafening. So I was wondering if anybody else was having any other success taking that approach.
Yeah. And now that you mentioned it, of course, our Facebook editor, John Ackerman, he just recently, what group did he get invited to? I think it was, it was some conservative group there in the Anderson area. So he is another one that has managed to get into other groups. It's either a conservative group or another Tea Party group. I can't recall offhand.
Okay.
But I don't believe he did any outreach. I think they just knew him and contacted him.
Got it. Okay.
Kind of a different approach there. But Larry, while you're on, I wanted to let you know we interviewed another district captain applicant today. George and I did, and we're going to bring her on. She's up in Mishawaka, but she's going to be a district captain, but she also is a writer, and she has written a couple books, and said she loves to write. And I asked her if she ever wrote any articles to the editor type thing, and she told me, yeah, she did that quite a bit, but then the newspaper started kind of giving her a rough time. So anyway, I told her about you and your suggestion about reaching out to some of the smaller communities around where she lives and newspapers, and she thought that was a good idea.
Okay.
So, of course, we wanted to focus on being a district captain right now, but
sure.
Later on, I might introduce you to her or introduce her to you, and maybe you can help her along the way to get into doing some writing for us. So.
Okay.
And I also let Ken Kashuba, our state communications coordinator, I also let him know that she is coming on board, so he might be able to utilize her too. But just another example of a person coming in to leadership that also has some other skills that maybe we can use.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, absolutely.
So anyway, just wanted to pass that on to you. Okay, Thomas, you got anything you want to say? We're kind of monopolizing the conversation here.
I noticed George sent me a message over my phone around the 3rd to 4th, but he was telling me about the people that was the new people that have signed the petition in the district. And I said, well, I go on there and look at these people every day. But I went back over and I revisited, and I just happened to notice in the middle of those people was a volunteer.
Yeah.
And I said, how did I miss that? So I sent him an email wanting to know what time I can get a hold of him, and ask him what kind of skills that he might be able to let us use.
Mm-hmm.
And if he was interested, I said, go on the website, and there's if you're interested in doing anything else, there's plenty of work to be had. Not in them words.
Mm-hmm.
But I gave him the website information, and I haven't heard anything from him, but I was going to wait until I get my sick computers finished repairing before I get a hold of him.
Yeah, you want to definitely follow up with him. Now, you know, am I correct? You know how to go into your district dashboard and filter out the volunteers?
Yeah.
You know how to do that. Okay. This is just a guy you missed, huh?
It's just, I was looking for everybody from December the 1st until January the 7th.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just happened to pop up.
Mhm.
I said, how did I miss that one? That's the one thing that I look for is volunteers.
Right. Right.
And I went in and saw there was something I also saw that which really the way they've got the email system set up is that you can actually go in individual. You go in the dashboard and you go into individual people. You can actually see where they actually open the email.
Mhm. Mhm.
I haven't went back and checked him and see if he's opened anything.
Mhm. Mhm.
Might not even be in the country.
Possible. Well, good. I'm glad glad to see that you're looking. You never can tell. You might run across a nugget, golden nugget. Okay. Well, that's all I have, unless either of you have anything more. Our next call, which will cover January. Now, as soon as I get finished with my calls here this week, I'll set up the new form for you on Google Drive and email you a link to that new form so that you can start using this new form. And so our next call will be February 6th at 9 p.m. and that, of course, will cover January. So okay. February 6th, 9 p.m. All right, guys?
All right, sir. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good night.
All right. Talk to you later. All right. Good night. Bye-bye.